Let's create simple charts and graphs in Excel. As you can see, if you've noticed in my previous videos, I have been working in the sheet in my last video. We are going to use this this column, column C, and the heading is that the subscribers. It's actually best to work with, I feel, work with charts when it comes to data like this in numerical form, right? So in order for us to insert a chart, we are going to highlight this row. We go to the Insert tab here at the top. We are going to look at the Charts section. Now, it gives you a lot of different choices, okay? Sometimes it's best to use the recommended charts, and that is how clever Excel is. It will recommend charts based on what you've got here, based on your data. So you go to recommend charts and it will give you different types of charts. So now I'm going to cancel that, but we don't want the recommended charts for now. We want to go into some of these here, but it's also just going into some of the more well-known ones or common ones, I would say. Okay. I would say if we highlight this as it's highlighted already, we can go to a column chart. So you can either use 2D or 3D. Let me show you how it will look if we say 2D. Can you see here? You'll get subscribers. This will be the title of the chart. And then you get all this information in here will be here. The ones at the bottom, laying at the bottom are all the negative numbers. You will see. Okay? And all the positive subscribers that we got. So that is your column chart. You can go back and just remove the chart. And then you can also see, especially with information like this, you can use the line charts as well. So at the bottom of this little tab here, you've got a line chart. So you can use this one, or that one. Let's look at this one. This is also gives you information on your subscribers, your daily subscribers. And usually it's just trends over time. So if you look at this one, it's spiked here on day 8. All right, and that is this year. And that is because it was the highest out of all the daily subscribers I either gained or lost. So obviously the highest losing was the 14, and that is why there's such a big drop there. Then the next thing, one of the best charts are pie charts, but I am not going to work to use it for this particular data or for this particular column here, because pie charts are usually used for data that adds up to 100%. So let's skip that for now, but this is a very, very good chart to use. Very nice. Okay. Then we can look at another chart that is a bar chart, similar to the column chart, but just horizontal. See here? Let me show you this way. And all the negative numbers at the bottom there, but more to your left. And then you can also get a chart called a scatter plot chart. And this chart is usually good for showing relationships between numbers, which is perfect for this information here. Okay. You can also customize your chart, obviously. You can click on the chart, and then you'll have nice designs coming up here, charts piles. Look at that lovely blue sticking out, Very nice. I think this one is very, very nice. Let's look at this color. We can use that style, different styles. Let's choose that. And obviously, if you want to also change the title, you can. You can just type in there what you want. I'm going to leave it as daily subscribers because that is exactly what it is. Yeah. So let's leave that for now. And then you can also, if I click on it, you can also say chart design. And we have chosen one here, but we can choose colors here. If we say, for example, that green, and maybe you want it to fit into the whole theme of green and yellow, whatever you've got going on here. That is also that's also acceptable, and obviously that is your choice. And depending on how you want to deliver all this information and who you want to deliver it to, if it's in a professional setting, then surely it should look decent but professional. And you can do colorful, but try to have your yeah, not just too much stuff happening, but really you can just play around and then see what is best for you and whatever you're trying to represent or present to your viewers. You can also add things like, yeah, we have chart elements. You can add labels. So in the axis, I've got all of these things, grid lines, axis. You can use axis title, and over here, something can come up. You can rename this, and you can just say, subs, subs, and you'll have that the axis title will just be whatever you want to call it, okay? So, but you can change these things. It really, honestly, it's just all up to you what you want to do with this information. Okay. And now what you want to do is, say, for example, you can click on this um, chart and make sure everything outside is clicked on, not just the insides. And sometimes you click on it, the inside will be highlighted. Click the whole thing outside and right click, and you'll have some options here on what they all want to do. So what you can do is you can change the chart type. You can save it as a template. You can just select and move chart and all of those things. You can save as picture, and save as picture, it's usually used for presentations, okay? And you can just copy the chart and paste it into a um, Word or PowerPoint, so that you can present your findings of whatever you did here in Excel. Okay. And remember, charts can be used in reports, slides, or even social media posts.